Hey YouTubers, this is your comic movie nerd, Kevin. It's over 85 degrees here in northern Colorado. Woo! March 21st. So it's pretty crazy. But for those who don't know, Colorado is you never know. It could be in the 80s in March and be like winter is back in April. Like, we don't follow the rules of the seasons here at all. I originally came from Western New York, and it's like pretty much follows the seasons. Usually like right in March, it's warm. You start seeing the grass like for the first time in months. I don't. I've heard it's not typically like that now. It's more like almost like Colorado, where like the snow is bad. The snow is bad, but a few days later it melts again, and you'd see the grass, and like, oh, and then you can ride your bike again. That's the way things are. Like everything's in cycles, I believe. But Colorado, since I've been here, it's never really followed the rules. Like, we've had snow on Mother's Day like several years in a row. Like, how does Mother Nature know when Mother's Day is? It doesn't, but still, 6 inches of snow, bam. How much do we get in January, December? Nothing. Maybe a little pretty stuff. Just what we call maybe a dusting. Whew! But it is almost 90 today, and oh my goodness. So I'm just chilling out here in the garage. Haven't really installed the air conditioners in the apartment yet. Maybe I should. So, has anybody seen the new Spider-Man trailer? And again, nobody has sent me in the comments of how to do one of those things where like the bottom half of the screen is a trailer and like you can pause it and talk and then hit play again. And top half of the screen is my beautiful face talking about what we're looking at. I think there's some kind of editing thing, but you have to be able to download it. And it looks right now you can't download it off of anywhere unless you pay for YouTube Premium. Did you know that's like $15? $15 a month? That's like the most expensive streaming service. Netflix is up there. In fact, I'm probably paying that now for Netflix. But like I get the most minimal one we can, where you can see on 2 or 3 TVs. So I mean, it's like probably medium cost. But an additional $15 for streaming, like maybe if I can start making money on these YouTube videos, maybe I could put it towards that. Oh, but my goodness. The last one I did, I was able to download it off of TikTok. It was a teaser from, if you go back several videos, it was the Doomsday with the X-Men. So I downloaded that off of TikTok. They had a full trailer there. But it's like TikTok's blocking it too. You can't download Spider-Man off of TikTok. So I'm going to keep looking. Either that or I'm just going to do a breakdown without showing you anything here soon. If I had my notebook out here in the garage, maybe I could watch it real quick and write some stuff down. I keep bringing it out and then bring it back in. Like, I'll do it while I'm chilling on my recliner. Anywho, if you haven't seen it, I would go see it. I mean, it's everywhere right now. One of these crazy stats with that trailer is it shattered the previous record for most views in 24 hours of a trailer. Previously held by Deadpool and Wolverine at 365 million, which beat Spider-Man No Way Home by 10 million, which was 355. I can do math. Yay! But it shattered it by 718 million views in 24 hours. Oh my goodness. They do that now because they're able to like take all the views from all these different medias. Like if you viewed full length one on TikTok and YouTube, all different YouTube channels. Who else knows where? Insane. But they put it all into one clumping and they come up with 718 in 24 hours. I'm sure they manipulated it a little bit. Sony's trying to get everybody back. Marvel as a whole is trying to get people back into it. And like if the word spreads out, hey, 718 views, people are ready for this movie. And maybe the other things is pushing it, like will it have something that will relate to Doomsday, which is going to be just an epic movie. I'm sure there's people who are going to be out there going, well, I mean, movies are typically like theater shows or musicals, you could say. And 3-act thing, right? First act, second act, fifth act, or third act. I said fifth because I'm thinking in my head. There are a few exceptions where they stretch it into like a fifth act thing. It's like chapters. You can kind of see that in there's some movies where they go part 2, part 3. I mean, it's not necessarily in act 1, 2, 3 when they do that, but it's pretty close when they do that. So yeah, there are a few exceptions where they do consciously make it into a 5-act thing, which is very possible they'll do that with Doomsday and Secret Wars because it's going to be so epic with a lot of different parts moving. So they may take a huge chunk and say, this is Act 1, all near the end, and they're going to be like, well, this is like an Act 5. I don't know, how did I get into that? Anyway, 718 million views. Woo! Holy cow. Like, I could see maybe Doomsday breaking that record and then Secret Wars. Maybe the new X-Men movie that'll come out after Doomsday. I'm not sure if it's the very next one. For movies that are coming out after Secret Wars is Black Panther 3 and then the new X-Men. I think those are the first two. They didn't have. I don't know if they've decided technically, specifically, grammatically, emotionally, which one is very next. It's gonna be I don't know if it's named officially yet, but all of us who are checking behind the scenes all over the place, all these different leakers, etc., have come to the conclusion it's going to be called the Mutant Saga. Right now we're in the Multiverse Saga. Before that it was the Infinity Saga. And so, since it's the Mutant Saga, they're going to be concentrating on the mutants and X-Men. X-Men known villains from the comics. Though it will still be in the same universe, all the universes are all into one universe after Secret Wars. So Fantastic Four will be there, X-Men, all the X-Men adjacent characters, X-Men villains. And of course, people who are known as the Avengers will be somewhere, and they may show up here and there for some like cross whatever. Yeah. So they're saying they're not going to do any Avengers movies by the name Avengers during the Mutant Saga, but for like an epic battle or a conclusion of the Mutant Saga, there's going to be some Avengers who will join in that. The Champions, which is the new name for the Young Avengers. Which by the time it comes out, they'll be the same age as the Avengers when Avengers first came out. Kate Bishop, who was like the young Hawkeye. The actress is like 35 or something now, which I can't believe. She looks so young. It seems like when she was in Pitch Perfect 2 and 3, those movies came out like, it feels like 5 years ago, but I mean, apparently it's longer than that. She was in Bumblebee. In Bumblebee, she looks like she's 15, but of course she was probably actually like 25. Went out again. Anyway. So the trailer looks pretty epic. I mean, we're all excited about it. All the different things we've heard about it. That's why it got up to 700 million views. Spider-Man has always done well. I mean, I'd have to look at the first one, Spider-Man Homecoming. But I'm pretty sure all the Spider-Man movies, solo movies, were around $1 billion in total sales. I know for sure the second one and the third one. And for sure the third one. So they've all done really, really well. And considering it's the last movie before Doomsday, it's going to be pretty epic with a brand new director doing it. So it's going to have a different feel. Same guy who did Shang-Chi as director. So it's going to be, and Jackie Chan's stunt team was helping film it. In fact, the characters who are playing the hand, I think is going to be done by the stunt team. So it's going to be really epic. A lot of good fights. Fight choreography is going to be off the charts. It's going to take you back to Winter Soldier for fight choreography, I feel. And of course, maybe even feel a little bit like Shang-Chi, except I don't know if anybody there is going to, except for maybe the characters that are playing the hand, may not really have a really kung fu feel or kung fu look to it. I wish Shang-Chi cameos in it. Well, and personally, I love Shang-Chi. Like, I will watch it like out of the blue all the time on Disney Plus. And I'm disappointed they haven't done a second one. They haven't had him cameo in anything. I mean, it's just ridiculous. He's a good enough character, good enough actor. He deserves it. Coming out of the show, the movie, he deserves to show up in other stuff. I mean, the power of the 10 rings is, I mean, we probably only just tapped it. I saw something, it looked like it was a leak, but I mean, with AI just taking over on a lot of advertisement things, or just people getting creative, like, hey, look what I did with AI. This is Doomsday. This leaked from Doomsday. And there's that new AI, like Chat GPT, only it comes out of China. I forget what it's called, like Severance or something is the name of the AI. And it is just off the charts. Amazing. Like, wow. So the things we think are leaks are probably just the Severance AI doing some fun things. But just in the off chance that it is real, wow. They're going to do some pretty cool things with the 10 rings. The battle scene, it showed like a battle scene with the Avengers versus Doctor Doom. And I don't know if I like it, because it looks like the airport scene from Civil War. You know, high noon, it's bright. It's like, it just seems like that the main fight scene should be inside the castle of Valeria. Maybe dark, you know. So we'll see. I mean, they can always change their mind and just go click and editing. It's nighttime now. Woo, that was a good one. That was a good puff. Anyway, getting off track, as always. if you've been watching my YouTubes, my videos, you know I get off track. That's what I do. Kevin the Rabbit Trail, comic movie nerd. So anyway, let's go back to the trailer. So from what we're hearing, it takes place 4 years after No Way Home. So when Peter Parker sees his friends, MJ and Ned, they're probably graduated. It doesn't specifically say that, but it's possible they're graduated. If not, when he does see him, maybe it's just Christmas break or summer break. We will see. It looks like he sees him a little bit. He's pretending he's one of their neighbors. Maybe just trying to start the friendship all over again. Which makes sense. You think he would have done that like months into after No Way Home. Hopefully they explain that. Like, why did you wait 4 years to do anything? So it starts off him being kind of bummed. He's spending more time as Spider-Man than Peter Parker. Since nobody knows who Peter Parker is anymore anyway, he's just trying to pay rent and eat some food so he can be Spider-Man and have a place to rest his head. Really. They're bringing in the Punisher. That's now evident from the trailer. There was a lot of rumors of that. That appears to be true. So that's going to be really, really cool to see their interaction. I think one of the first times Spider-Man was or Punisher was in the comics was in Spider-Man. So they're going to tap a little bit into that comic nostalgia. Looks like they're going to do a lot of scenes that are taken right from the comic book cover of certain covers. We see that with him swinging through the air, and he was holding a person he's saving in his arm, taken into pose, and where his arm is, the angle, and everything looks exactly like the comic book cover. There's a cover where he's fighting a villain known as Tarantula or Boomerang. Well, both are in the movie. You know, it's gonna be like probably just a collage in the beginning of him fighting these lesser known villains. And each scene we're showing in the trailer of him fighting each of these lesser known villains are taken exactly from the comic book cover, which is so dope. We're getting some from people who've done some research on Twitter, gone back, scrolling through Tom Holland's posts, and it looks like he said he's done a lot of research, aka reading comic books, and told him, hey, we need to do this for the fans. He didn't say what specifically, but it appears that it's, hey, we need to do more comic book things that are taken exactly from the comic book. That'll get everybody crazy, and it'll be great. Looks like they did that, and it's exciting. There's a scene with Punisher that they could take from a comic book cover if there is a pattern here, which is going to be really dope, which Punisher holding Peter Parker, or Spider-Man, because he's still in his costume, and Spider-Man looks beat up, all beat up to shit. And so Punisher takes him to see the Night Nurse, who is a character we've seen before, but not since the Netflix Daredevil show. Played by who was that? Give me a second. I'm going to look.